Hello and welcome to this other project I'm doing, and it's finally here. Minecraft 1.18 has just released today, and I just hopped into the new world. I have no idea what is awaiting me, but I like what I'm seeing. To give a quick reason why, this time around I decided to stay at spawn. Usually I walk away and try to find whatever place is the right place for me to build my stuff, but this time I decided I will stay wherever I spawn and try to make things work. I mean, I like this here because that is a nice watery area for a harbor or something like that, since I'm going to build a city. But more about that in a moment. So yeah, this is a let's play, a multiplayer let's play actually. I mean, I'm the only one making videos, but I have a couple of friends joining in. So that is always good. And I have to prepare a couple of things because I want everyone to have a quick start, because I claimed spawn, so I want them to go away as fast as possible. So I will hunt some fish and make some stone tools and a couple of torches for them so they can grab their gear and just leave. So yeah, that's basically the goal here. And yeah, everything else I will talk about at a later point to explain more what's going on. So yeah, see you guys in a bit. Getting rid of this wood is a lot of work. I actually can't wait until the vanilla tweaks are updated, because we're going to use a couple of them. Which ones in specific I will put in the video description, as well as a link where you can find them if you want to get them yourselves. And so yeah, we are definitely planning to get something that helps us with chopping down trees, because that's always just so tedious. And yeah, that's the price I pay for playing the update the moment it comes out. I mean, it's not technically the moment, since I'm sure I missed it by half an hour or so, but yeah, I wanted to play right away, so I have to do things the vanilla way. So I prepared a couple of starter kits, as I said, and I don't want to kill any more salmon ever. But yeah, as you can see, the render distance went down, since now actually with people on the server, so we can't look as far as we used to, but this is going to be awesome. I'm going to spend quite some time now getting resources, and then yeah, let's talk about what we're going to build. So I'm in a hole right now because I want to show you something, and I needed a safe spot to... That's close. Yeah, I needed a safe spot to start my recording, because just wanted to show you this. Yeah, that was my phone. Not going to redo this take. Just wanted to show you this beautiful cave that is here, and that's down there is a mine shaft, and the cave is actually connected to the top. So it goes down from way above sea level down to minus, I'm not entirely sure, but that is amazing. So it's so easy to access the lower levels, and this is so much space. I absolutely love it. Put down a torch here, and I will continue going down there looking for, yeah, whatever I will find. And sorry again for the phone. And there's our first diamond. Woohoo! Sadly, it was really... No. Oh. See, I was about to give up and accept the one diamond ore, but... Okay. Well, 2 is definitely good at this point. 2 diamonds, that's an enchantment table, so we can work with that at least for a while. Hello, it's been a while in real life since the last clip. It's been 3 days, I believe, and I actually went a little bit overboard in that time. As you can see, we already have some shulker boxes. That means exactly what you know it means. I went ahead and killed the dragon. I already found a jungle and got some bamboo so we can build scaffolding. Here's a dragon egg. I already have a nice head collection. As you can see, I also ventured to a mansion and got a couple of totems. Found a music disc in the Nether. In addition to that, I built a place farm by accident. And as I said, I kind of built this by accident, and to explain what I mean is there was a spawner, it went up there. You can still see some parts of it. Oh yeah, it's a bit loud, so we better leave. Yeah, I kind of built it by accident. It was inside of this nether. Let's call it cave. Let's just call it cave. It was inside a cave, and I needed a little bit more space to fight the places in order to get some blaze rods for making some potions, as well as to make Eye of Ender. And at some point I just realized I have basically built half the thing already. I made so much room that I basically already had the cage thing ready. Stop spawning here. It's something I still have to fix. These things spawning. It's a little bit annoying, especially if the big ones spawn. But yeah, so we have a place farm, and there are just a few more things to take care of. And that is setting up the last thing I want to include in this episode, and that is the first build for my base. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to put it. Maybe here, up there, or a little bit over there. But in order to do that, I will need to find a couple of amethysts in order to get that built up. Since I'm planning to build a big amethyst on the overworld here, because that is going to be the center of the city I am planning to build. So I have to grab some geodes, and I have to get a couple of more of these things, because my resource stash is pretty low and I'm still not completely enchanted. So there are a few things left to do, and yeah, I will get back to that. I have no idea why I'm walking in circles. Maybe I should walk in the other direction. Ooh, maybe I should walk 8s. Wow. I might have been distracted a little bit in the last couple of days by playing way too much Assassin's Creed Black Flag. So we have a lot of things to do because I am way behind everyone now. The first thing we have to do is we have to do some shopping. And as I mentioned, diamond ore is going to be our currency. And the reason for that is quite simple. It is meant to be a way to fight late game inflation, because every diamond ore you turn into diamonds is no longer currency. So every diamond you will need for anything like building or equipment, I don't know why I've opened the door, will no longer be currency. So we will see whether or not that will work out in the long run. And we have teleporters now, because this island here, as you can see, it's a hell long distance from home, is going to be our shopping district. Here are some temporary teleporters. As you can see, we are using command blocks since this is vanilla Minecraft, and we can teleport to each other's base if we want to by this. And yeah, this is a base of a good friend of mine, and she, look at this, the fields, this little house, and this, I'm going to show you this a little bit from the outside. The reason we're here is she told me that she has mending books, and we are going to need them really, really badly. So I ordered 12. I have to put down my shulker box. Yeah, I ordered 12 mending books for 4 diamond ore each. I have no idea what she was meant to sell them at in the long run, but I wanted to have them as soon as possible, so before anybody else orders or claims mending books, I just put up an extremely expensive bet on these, and she set up a little bit more stuff for me, which is really, really nice. So I will leave her 8 additional diamond ore for that, because this is really nice. I mean, I didn't expect that, but hey, I take what I can get, especially since I'm going to need a lot of copper for the rooftops of certain districts. And yeah, this is so amazing. And other players also have already started building their bases, but they haven't gotten teleporter coordinates because they haven't set up the place. I mean, this is probably also going just to be temporary, but it's working. And I really have to start building, but I'm not done grinding yet, because this shulker box is still empty and this is almost full. And I honestly have no idea whether or not 5 shulker boxes of deep slate are going to be enough. But I think I can talk a little bit about what I'm planning to build. I want to build a tower with a hexagonal base, and therefore I'm going to need quite some building blocks. So for me, I have to go back to the mine now, grab some stuff, and we will see each other soon. As you might be able to see, I'm in a little bit over my head because this is the base size for the tower I am planning. And it's huge! It's way bigger than I thought it would end up. But this was the best hexagon I could find to let it look at least proper for the base of the tower. So I might have gone a little bit overboard. Yeah, so this is the area we're going to transform into our tower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a socket, a hexagonal socket, and on top of that I'm going to build a tower that's a little bit smaller, if that makes sense. So I'm not entirely sure how high I will go, but I have to mark out this as the midpoint of the whole thing. And yeah, I will build, I don't know, 8 or 10 blocks high, this as an entrance and socket area, and then I will put the tower on top of that, and we'll see how high we're going to reach. But this building is going to be the central point of our 2B city. And yeah, let's be honest, I'm not going to finish this tower in the first episode, even though I wanted to, but things get so much out of hand. 5 shulker boxes of a deep slate are not going to cut it. So I will finish the socket, and then I have to go back and mine a lot more things, because this is going to be crazy. So a lot of time has passed since the last clip, and I made a realization. So I have to address something which is not as bad as it now sounds in my head. The thing is, if I do everything that I wanted to do, this episode will probably never come out. So yeah, I will show you what happened in the meantime, give some explanation, and we will talk about how this series will move forward. And first we need our hardback. So as you can see, we are inside of the tower. So let me first move upstairs to give you guys a little view. So these are the teleporters we have set up in place. They are inside of this magic tower, which is still under construction and probably will be for a while. I'm going to use my shulker box as a jumping point to show you guys that, as you can see, a lot of things happened. Oh, is auto jump on again? No, it isn't. Okay, I just thought for a moment, just because I installed the newest version of Optifine, that auto jump would still be on. So what happened in the meantime was a couple of things. My microphone was broken, so I had to replace it, and I had to wait after Christmas to do so, which basically meant I wasn't able to really record things. I recorded a few clips, but then I deleted them because I didn't want to do a voiceover, because that just feels unnatural to me, if that makes sense. So let's walk down the stairs. Ooh, that makes one a little bit dizzy. So and now we come to the parts where we already have some interior going on. So we have tons of bookshelves, and some tables. So we have some sort of research place, library going on here, which is split in two parts because the tower segments are about 10 blocks high. You will see that from the outside a little bit better. So 10 blocks was a bit too much for the entirety of this room, so I split it in two with this wooden roof, and we have some ladders going on as well. And as you can see here, I use the same technique to make two rooms out of it because I personally think this is a better solution to it. I want to set up some lecterns here and there with some history books or some spell books. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do or how I'm going to do it. This is still work in progress. And this is the base level of the tower. As I said, it has a socket to put it where it stands on. And then there are these segments with copper. I have to go a little bit further away to show you guys. So we take the water elevator down, whoop, into the base level. Oh, someone brought us some crowberries. That's nice. I'm going to keep them here for a while. They're the sheep, a little bit lower. The cows are underneath here. I have not moved them yet because I don't have a place for them to go. And yeah, I built plenty of walls, and that is also the reason why I came to my conclusion that if I continue, this episode will never be released. And the reason for that is quite simple. I have been wanting to do a project like this for, I don't want to lie, but I'd say about 5 to 8 years. And there were a couple of reasons why I never been able to do this. One thing is actually the height limitation. So I always had trouble getting my scaling right when I try to plan out the city how I want it. So that's the tower. I mean, it's not that much yet. It's going to rise really high. I mean, I need at least 1 or 2 more levels dedicated to teleporters, since we're currently planning and scheduling to add a couple new players. And to take a nap first before we continue our journey. Whoop. So if you take a look at the map I put on very early on during the server, you can see, yeah, I built a lot, and it isn't actually really that much when you look at it from a building standpoint, because this all took so long, and it looks nice and it's impressive. At least I think it's impressive, but it doesn't really add much to the build in total. It's basically just framework. It's basically just putting up a frame. Yeah. For all of this. So I can then start placing and planning the city districts. You know, this is, I don't know. This whole thing, I'm not sure. And, but I believe so far this is easily 200 to 250 hours of work. And it shows, if you know how hard it is to mine deep slate without a beacon and to manually build something like that in survival. But it's not much to show, because it's basically completely repetitive work. It's just setting up walls, putting them down to the floor of the water and building some bridges, mining copper, oxidizing it, then stop giving it dam and just placing it in order to just let it oxidize by itself, because I couldn't be bothered at one point to spread it out and wait. And I might start doing that again, because to a degree I'm honestly a little bit annoyed that it isn't oxidized yet. But as I said, at some point I just couldn't be bothered. So now I have to pick up some food. Nom 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 nom. Because we have to go far over there. But yeah, so as I was saying, this is plenty of work. The terraforming involved, just planning and placing. The walls are hollow but spawn-proof. And I actually was planning on removing the water on these parts of the city frame, but it's way too much work. Especially since I only have like 3 or 4 sponges, so you really go insane by using them and trying them. So yeah, we have a second bridge here, because I thought one bridge just doesn't look that nice. And I'm going to add a third bridge over there, higher in the sky, because I think that will look extremely nice. And these parts here are currently just the, really just a frame, so I know where the walls will go. Because I personally need, for this project to work, a strict planning of everything, for the simple reason this is going to be a really, really big project. I don't know whether or not I mentioned it, but I think I will work on this, at least a year and a half, maybe 2 years. So this is really, really big, and I've been working on this now, over a month, and I feel like I don't have a lot to show. Over there you can see in render distance this little Viking-esque house. That is the settlement of another player, and we built a bridge. I built a bridge, but yeah, a connecting bridge over the frozen water here, so we can travel between our places on foot if we want to. We do have the teleporters, but a world doesn't really feel immersive if you are close by and cut off, if that makes sense. So we are going to connect by land with other players. We are also going to connect to the other base we've been at in this direction, but that is, I believe, 600 or 800 blocks, so this is a little bit more to walk, so we can really build a nice overworld road at some point, because currently, honestly, it is not my priority. And as you can see, outside of the water, I've been placing slabs to make this spawn proof, because I want to avoid mob spawning, so I can easily just walk around without the noises all the time. And yeah, so far that is the whole city. And I decided to give at least the gate sections these copper frames instead of the stones that the walls have, to make them stand out visually, because I like that a lot. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, but I probably will build a small archway here to connect the tower with the wall, especially since by sheer coincidence the battlements of the tower and the walls just line up perfectly. So I could have a frame here that looks nice and is not too odd, but that is not not completely set in stone. And on top of the gates, I want to build small round towers to give them even more of a stand out point. And that is basically what I've managed to do so far. I have to go set out to get more prismarine, because there is no farm yet. Also, I'm going to show you that, because why not? So, time to go to the Nether. And that will then complete our tour. So there's my golden helmet. Plonk, plonk. Yeah, as you can see, my copper reserves have dwindled. I still have plenty of ore, so I can go for a while, but mining for copper is a big time effort for me, because while I'm mining for copper, I can't mine for deep slate. So that is a little bit problematic, to say the least. So, and now, because I'm talking so much, this episode is going to end up way longer than I wanted to. Yeah, we have now another connection to other players, in addition to the teleporters. Because I'm so used of having another connection, I just built that. And it was totally not because I needed something else to do, because building my wall was driving me nuts. So we have a second nether portal of our own here, because we have a zombie spawner here. Why are you not active? Oh, you are active. I just don't see the flames through the tinted glass. Okay. Yeah, I bought some tinted glass, or rather I bought some amethyst shards to make this happen. And it is extremely makeshift, not really efficient, but it is a manual drowned farm. So the zombies come down here and slowly suffocate and then turn into drowned. So it gives us some copper, so it's not that much, and it's not that efficient because it doesn't have a zombie multiplicator. So yeah, there's plenty of optimization that could be happening there, and that is going to happen there, because it's really not efficient. A few hours of AFKing and I have like a stack of copper ingots. But it's better than nothing at this point. It helps repairing my stuff. It is a decent idea, but my first attempts at my multiplier did absolutely not work. So I have to do some research to fix that. Because I usually try to kind of make my own thing, but this time I'm probably just going to take someone's concept. Of course, I will give props where they are in order, but maybe just by reading and researching I will understand the mechanic good enough to just try and build my own thing. Yeah. And now the last thing that I want to address, and that is how often will this series air? To be honest, every time an episode is ready. That is the most honest answer I will be able to give you without promising something that I can't keep up with, because initially I wanted to make a Let's Play series out of it with like 2 episodes a week. That was the initial plan. But if I decided to cut this into 2-week chunks, I don't think it would have been, interesting. Because, as I said, I personally feel like not much has happened. And that is always an important factor when it comes to these projects. And I'm also not trying to undersell myself. I personally think this is a really amazing build what I've got so far. I'm really, really happy. But I don't have any houses. I don't have much of detailing going on because having this frame is extremely important, and I will talk about that in more detail in the next episode, why my building approach is the way it is. Because I've just realized this little tour to wrap up the episode is already going on for 23, almost 24 minutes. Plus all the other clips I have. This means this is probably going to end up like a 45-ish episode. And yeah, let's just leave it there. I thank you so much for watching. I thank you for understanding my reasoning why this series is going to end up the way it is. I will probably coming up with an idea to make another series that is more short-paced. So there are going to be more uploads. Also, I need some distraction every now and then from this ginormous project. Also, I plan on starting to stream on Twitch. So there are plenty of things going to happen in this brand new year. And yeah, again, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your day and don't forget to brush your teeth.